Welcome to episode 256 of Freshly Grounded. Before we begin, you guys may know now that we have another house show that we're doing in London, in Charlotte on December the 3rd at 9 p.m. And we're very, very excited for it. And those of you who are wondering, what's a house show? A house show is basically a smaller version of our live events. It's about 100 people in attendance. It's a black box theatre. No big fancy lights, no big fancy shindig, just a live episode of the podcast. And for this episode, we are, after almost 2 years, 20 months of his absence, and after being on the podcast over 11 times, Abdul Hakim, Sunnah Remedies, is returning from his social media break, and you guys have been requesting an episode with him for a long time, so we thought, why not turn it into a house show? So it's just going to be a live episode of the podcast, just a regular podcast episode, but this time in front of an audience, and there'll be a chance for audience Q&A. So if you're in and around London on that weekend, do pop in. You can grab your tickets at shop.freshlygrounded.com. That's shop.freshlygrounded.com. This, and also the tour itself, the big live tour with all the bells and whistles, that we will be hopefully announcing and releasing tickets for very, very soon. So that will be fun. And please make sure you're, as you guys will remember from last time, London, Birmingham and Manchester. We're going to be coming to Birmingham, going to be coming to Manchester, and of course doing our flagship live event in London's West End as always. But with that being said, this is episode 256. This is with Afghan, and the favourite guest unanimously for all of us at Freshly Grounded. And I hope you guys enjoy it. We talked about mental health a bit. We talked a lot about coffee machines. We spoke about favourite chocolate bars, favourite biscuits, and that's it. It was a nice, good old natter. Enjoy this episode 256 with Adam Afghan. Enjoy. And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast.
Well, it's not exactly brand new anymore, is it?
Welcome to Freshly Grounded, the podcast.
That's better.
Created by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded.
After that bit.
Created by
After that bit.
best friends Faisal and Sam.
Really?
And we're live. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Afghan.
Walaikum salam.
What do you think about my...
What's that?
It's my... so I bought this yesterday. It's a takeaway coffee...
No way.
Coffee travel mug. It's quite slick, right?
Yeah.
It's really slick.
What? Can I have a look?
Of course.
I'm gonna... Oh my god, this is cool.
One of my guests bought one in like...
This is nice.
One of my guests bought in like a really nice...
It's
yeah, it's
padded.
like... It looks quite
Padded.
space...
It's nice.
It
Yeah,
looks quite
it's nice.
SpaceX,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's all like sleek and black.
It's not even branded.
Yes. So guess where I got it
coffee
from?
at the bottom.
Guess,
Do not microwave.
Is that all it says?
Yeah,
It's coffee.
and do not microwave.
That's amazing.
Don't microwave this.
Well, guess where it's from and how much I paid for it.
£11.50.
Okay.
No, £11.99 from eBay, Amazon.
A good shout actually. I actually bought it for £5 from Asda.
No way.
It's good, isn't it? £5
That's
Asda. I was in Asda and I thought, oh, that's a steal. And but you can see like it says George Home if you looked close enough.
Oh, it's George Home.
Yeah, Asda George.
I love a bit of George, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, chicks. Oh, is that magnetic? No. No, it's not.
It's not. He's broke the mic.
Yeah. You know what, bro? I realized today that I have different compartments in my car, like different size holes for drinks.
Yeah.
Because it didn't fit in the first one. I was like, oh, I'm going to return it.
Yeah.
But then it fit in the second one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I haven't actually filled it. It's completely empty. It's never been used or even washed. I bought it yesterday.
Do you ever spill coffee when you're driving on yourself? Yeah, I do.
Yes,
all the
I do.
time. It's
yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And coffee stains. So if you're going to somewhere and you drink the coffee and then you spill it on yourself, you look like a child a little bit. Like I can't eat properly or drink properly.
Yeah,
I
you
spill
do.
it on
You do.
myself. I did that yesterday. I spilled rice all over myself. It's good luck.
It's hard with a beard as well, isn't it? Because then if you spill something into your beard, it's like proving everybody who says that beards are messy, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to prove those people right.
It's like a thing. It's like, catch me, food. Yeah.
It's really frustrating.
And sometimes I get self-conscious and I'm like this, I'm just doing this, adjusting the beard.
You do not need to be self-conscious. Oh, we just spoke about that.
Yeah.
Bring your mic slightly closer. You're an OG guest now. You should not be having to be told that you should bring your mic closer.
You're right, actually.
I got coffee this morning. So every now and again, I in the mornings at 7 a.m. I drive Zakaria to the Costa drive-through. It's something to do, okay?
Wow.
And because bro, he wakes up at 6.
Yeah.
And so does Khalil. So like by 7, I've run out of ideas. So I'm like, let's go for Costa drive-through.
Mashallah.
And so Zachary gets
Cool.
the baby chino, and I get the normal. I get
Baby
cortado.
chino.
Baby chino is like you can get a baby chino with milk or a baby chino with
What's a baby
chocolate,
chino?
and it's either just warm milk or warm milk with chocolate, like warm hot chocolate.
It's
kind
not
of thing.
coffee.
And it's free, by the way.
No.
Yeah, it's free.
Can you get it for adults?
The milk version is free. Of course, you can just say I have a baby chino. They're not going to check if you got a baby.
Interesting. Extremely interesting.
Yeah, and you can maybe say you identify as a baby.
Maybe.
Nowadays.
Or I just want some milk because some free milk and chocolate. Did you know you can get? I swear.
But with the chocolate, I think it's 75p.
No, I'm not. I'll just get just warm milk. Okay,
Just like warm milk.
If-
I just give him the milk one free.
You can get water for free in the cinema. We've talked about this before. Say if you go to the cinema and the drinks are expensive, you can just go, can I have some water, please? And they'll give you tap water sometimes they give it to you in the massive thing. So I've just got some water in the cinema.
Adam, you know that's everywhere, right?
But in the cinema, the context of the cinema, you feel like you've got to pay for it.
Right, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could go, yeah. So I was like, I've got to pay for this £17.50 Pepsi.
Fair, yeah.
And I'm like, can I have some water, please? Oh, do you mind putting it in the massive one? So I'm just sat there with the massive
Yeah.
water. But then you have the problem of when you sit in the cinema, you'd need to go into the toilet. That's one of my top 10 fears. It's horrible.
You know what I weirdly really dislike is when people ask me, they offer me things, especially food and drink related.
Yeah.
I get really frustrated. I shouldn't, because it's such a polite thing that people are doing, and I always get really annoyed by it. And it's so rude to give an example. Let's say I order tap water, I ask for tap water, and someone's like, "Oh, would you like ice?" In my head, I'm like, if I wanted ice, I would ask for ice. I'm not uncomfortable. If I'm comfortable enough now to ask for tap water, trust me, I'd ask for ice. How rude is that of me to think like that? But
I don't know.
It's an extra stage. I'm like, we could have skipped this whole conversation by me saying, guys, like, no, I don't want ice. Because if I wanted ice, I'd say, hey, can I have tap water with some ice? So
it's quite nice to offer you ice.
I'm a horrible person. I realised because every time I get offered things, I get, I get quite, oh no. Right, we went for Costa drive-through this morning, and the lesson in that story was I turned up at the drive-through. Zachariah, we go so often that he now understands that when we're close to Costa, he starts to clock because we're going into the drive-through. He sees the building, and so as soon as we get close, he goes because he knows,
Really?
he knoes he's about to get some good milk.
That's cool.
And so anyway, we got to drive there. She said, "Hey, would you like? What would you like?" I said, "Can I get a cortado and a baby chino?"
Cortado, nice. I had that yesterday.
Lovely, isn't it?
It's like we're going to go down the coffee rabbit hole. It's like a strong flat white.
Oh, it's
nice.
everything a person would want in coffee.
Yeah, it's a great coffee.
I've started moving over to the smaller coffees now. Even with my Nespresso machine, I've now started getting the like the double shot ones. I've got my little double shot glass, and I just feel so cool drinking from a double shot glass.
It's like a punch in the face in the morning.
Yeah, it's lovely, but really nice punch in the face.
It's like that's a good punch in the face.
I needed that.
I need a punch in the face, but not a real one. Coffee version.
Well, this story is perfect for that because because actually this is a punch in the face on steroids.
Nice.
Right? Because she said, I said, can I have a cortado? And she said, well, would you like to try our Arabica beans?
No way.
Which is a question, obviously, that you get asked every now and again in Costa.
Intriguing.
And or if you're in Starbucks, I think they call it the blonde roast. Would you like to try the blonde roast? So she goes, would you like to try our new Arabica beans? And feeling under pressure, you have to make a very quick decision. I didn't know what to make, and I thought, in that 1 second, because I answered the question very quickly, but in that 1 second that I took to think about it, in my head I'm going, well, what are the pros and cons? like what are we dealing with here? Because I know what a normal coffee is going to be like. I get it all the time.
Yeah.
I know what to expect.
Yeah.
The implications of potentially getting this Arabica beans are obviously they're offering it to me because it's stronger. First of all, even though she can't probably see me because it's a drive-through with the machine, perhaps through my voice, She knows I can handle.
She knew you were
the
alpha,
Arabica beans.
basically.
She knew I was alpha.
The alpha voice.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
Because you don't go offering the Arabica
No.
beans around. So obviously that's a great ego
Interesting.
boost.
Yeah, a huge ego boost.
Huge.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, right, now I've got a perception to hold on to because this person on the other end of this machine, who for all intents and purposes could be AI,
It could be a robot.
Yeah.
You don't know.
believes that I can handle the Arabica beans, the stronger beans. So that's one thing. But obviously, a person naturally would default to just the regular.
Yeah.
No, I'll just have my regular.
No, it's having regular, yeah.
But now I've got the conversation of, okay, now there's, I have to play up to the perception. I've got my kid in the car. So
Yeah.
he's obviously, Daddy, you're gonna
get the,
you've been offered out,
Yeah.
basically. Are you gonna step up to the plate?
Are you going to step up?
Right, he can't talk, my son, but he's probably thinking these things. And then what else is going on in my head? I'm thinking, well, if I go for these Arabica beans, and it is stronger, what if, because there's a level of caffeine that you can have that gives you gives you the shakes, isn't it?
Mm.
And I thought, well, I've got a podcast with Adam in the morning. I don't want to have the shakes during the podcast. I don't want to feel nervous. I don't want my stomach to start going on this
That's
car
true.
journey.
It would, yeah. And even on the mic, you could probably hear it sometimes.
Right.
I'm self-conscious about that.
So all these thoughts are going
Yeah.
on in my head. But then I thought, well, the podcast with Adam isn't for a few hours. So maybe I need a stronger coffee that will actually carry me through.
Yeah. I got you.
Right. So this is what happened in that second. And so she goes, do you want the Arabica beans? I said yes. And I had the Arabica beans, bro.
What was the outcome?
They were strong. It was strong.
It's
very strong.
How was it much stronger? Was it 10 times stronger? 5 times stronger?
I woke my wife up when I was leaving and I said, should I do the handover of the children? And she goes, gosh, someone's full of beans today. And I said, actually, I am.
Actually, it's interesting you say
Arabica
that.
beans. Yeah, Arabica beans to be precise. She goes, I could tell. I said, well, they offered me the stronger coffee than I took it.
Oh, that's literally that's the perfect. It was like, when they say excuse the pun. No, that's not the right thing. to
Yeah,
say
no,
there.
it's perfect.
It's the perfect.
It is
Excuse the pun.
yeah.
Actually, I am full of beans. Arabica beans.
Yeah.
Arabica. Sorry.
She called it Arabica. I don't know. I don't understand.
Arabic.
But amazing. Great choice. Great decision making by
Interesting.
me.
When it gets to the beans level, the extreme detailed coffee beans level, I get confused.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
people say Brazil roasted, Ethiopia, Arabica. I don't know what that word means.
Dark roast.
Dark roast,
What's a
blonde
dark
roast.
Yeah.
What's a Kenko beans?
No, Kenko's-
I don't know.
Kenko-
Kenko beans.
Cake is just a brand.
Is that a brand?
I
Nestle,
think, yeah.
Espresso. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Start talking
Milk,
about
Oreo milkshake.
your milkshake, please. I don't know what to do with
Right.
that information. But Arabica beans are nice. I've heard. But alpha male voice got you the alpha beans.
Of course.
Alpha beans. I just said alpha beans.
Yeah,
alpha
they
beans.
should be
Yeah.
alpha beans.
Oh,
Maybe
new
we'll begin a
concept.
freshly ground product called freshly grounded alpha beans.
Alpha beans.
That's such a good idea.
It's
I've been wanting to delve into coffee in freshly grounded for a long
You
time.
mentioned before alpha beans.
I just don't have the connect.
I-
If anybody here knows how to break into the coffee market,
Interesting.
please hit me up. I'm desperate. I want to go for freshly grounded alpha dark roast because it just
Dark
sounds.
roast,
I don't know what
dark
dark roast is.
Ooh.
It sounds strong. Blonde roast sounds.
It sounds a bit like a bit.
It doesn't sound freshly grounded.
It doesn't. No. Dark roast sounds like like dark roast. It's like
The alpha dark roast.
dark. It's like midnight. Walking
Yeah.
in the street.
Yeah.
Where am I going with this? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen to a intense podcast
Yeah.
with some alpha voices.
Batman's there.
Yeah.
Like dark roast. It's like when you see George Clooney.
A dark
That's
roast
dark
makes you
roast,
want to
man.
get a good car.
Yeah, dark
Because
roast.
you can't drink a dark roast
No, yes.
in a micro.
No, you could, but it doesn't fit the scene. Like
Right.
dark roast is like you put a suit on. Do you know?
I don't even know what a micro is.
Micro is a.
It just felt right to say.
Do you drive a mic? No, you don't drive a mic.
I drive Astra.
Yeah, that's what. That's
I mean,
it.
it probably just.
Yeah, that's pretty alpha car, Astra.
No, it's not.
It
It's
is.
not. Don't.
It's nice.
Adam, I won't be offended because I'm not a car guy. An Astra is not. Astra is not an alpha car.
Astra is a good car. Astra is
Your car is as alpha as you can get.
no, it's
on a
not.
Hummer.
It's
oh,
not.
it's all blacked out.
It's not all blacked out.
It's
dirty. It's it's not. It hasn't been
you've
cleaned.
got stickers on your car.
I put stickers on my car. They refer to anime.
Now we've destroyed the alpha. Now we've destroyed the alpha.
Now we've destroyed alpha.
No, there's no like alpha. in it.
It's not. That's not a dark roast.
But yeah, if anybody knows how we can go about creating a freshly ground dark roast, alpha dark roast, the branding's there. Build up the audience. Just got to sell it now.
You just got to sell it and get the beans.
Have you seen the coffee bags? There's a bit of a trend going on.
Coffee bag?
It's like tea bags but coffee bags.
No. How does that work?
Yeah,
You got to ground the coffee.
Well, that's the point. Well, they put
They're boiling it now.
They put that ground coffee in a tea bag. I suppose it's for people who just. Well, I don't know. Here's what I do. Here's what I do know. Here's what I do know.
Yeah.
One of the huge advantages of drinking coffee as opposed to tea is that you don't have to deal with any excess mess.
Would you?
You don't have to take a tea bag out, put it in the bin. You're walking over to the bin. It's dripping on the floor.
It's
now
terrible.
you've got stains. The whole point of coffee is that it just disintegrates into.
And it's just in the mug.
It's
and you
there.
get another one, and you wash it. And also, there's no coffee pot. Is there a coffee? No, you don't usually have a coffee pot. You have coffee in a mug and you drink it.
Right.
And there's no coffee pot. There's no teacup generally. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking
There
about.
is
Yes,
teacup.
you
Of
can
course
have
there
a
is. Yeah.
teacup. It's less messy basically.
It's way less messy.
I can't bother with a tea bag unless you get loose leaf. You know loose leaf.
Tea.
Tea.
I've not had it. I've seen it. Have you had it?
I like loose leaf. You can bet that thing, and you put the thing in. This is so descriptive. You put the thing in the thing, and then you.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
The diffuser pot.
Yeah,
I've seen. I actually have a diffuser pot.
It doesn't go bzz, but it goes up. You put it on, it goes.
It goes bzz in your
It goes
head.
shh instead. Not bzz. Coffee goes bzz.
Yeah.
Tea goes shh. And so that's my scientific approach to tea and coffee. Bzz, shh.
I think I'm ready now for. I feel like when you drink coffee, there's stages to the machine that you use, right? And then I feel like entry level coffee machines are stuff like your, what is that one called? It's
Like you see in the petrol station, the Costa thing.
no. At home,
At home,
you know the one that's
you mean kettle?
well, kettle.
Kettle is like
kettle's entry
first.
level. Yeah, kettle's entry
Kettle
level.
is
You're right.
definitely entry
You're
level.
Right. Kettle is kettle is entry level coffee. Then you can move on to, I think, the machine that's Tassimo.
Oh, Tassimo, yes. It's more like it's like entry level pod coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
When you have when you go from kettle to Tassimo, you think I've now completed coffee. It's
I see.
amazing. It's like going for zero. Slowly you realise, wow, Tassimo is not it. And then you might move
Agree.
on to where I'm at now, which is an espresso machine.
Me too. I'm at that level too.
But I think I might be ready to go on to... So I think that there's two more steps. I believe the next step is now going to the beans, right? So one of those machines where you pour the beans in
Grind
and
to
you
beans.
press cappuccino or whatever, and
Yeah.
it makes your coffee from those beans. But it's still automated. All you're doing is pouring the beans in, but now you're not buying pods anymore, you're buying actual beans.
We're buying beans.
I feel like that's the next step that I'm ready for. The step above that is buying a machine where you pour the beans in, but you're barista level, pouring it out into a shot cup, grinding it,
Steam the
and then
milk.
and then steaming the milk, and then pouring it out, and then doing the little. That's top level, mastered
Yeah,
it.
that's master level, I feel.
I feel like perhaps by 32, I want to head over into there, which gives me a 4-year window now. I'm turning 28 in Feb.
Mashallah.
It gives me a 4-year window to move over to automated bean machine and then eventually
Interesting.
barista level.
That's extremely interesting. You could go a level further.
Oh,
You could
really?
grow the beans.
Oh, of course.
You'd become a farmer, farm the beans, transport them to your house in one of those sacks. You know those sacks. You know
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
I don't. As the camera's on, you just go
Oh, sorry. Just say that again because the camera's accidentally on me.
and you drop it on the back
yeah.
and you walk home.
Yeah.
You could get the sack full of beans.
Yeah.
You could get farm the beans, bring it home.
That's true.
You could do that. That's ultimate level.
That is ultimate level. I don't think that's a level that I'm tickled by. Yeah. I think I'm satisfied.
Sack carrying ground beans and just a mess everywhere. We just talked about teabag. Imagine the mess of a sack of coffee.
I think although this is not a level up, a parallel level to like to the bean machine.
I love these words. We're a marketing machine.
we are.
Alpha beans, bean machine, full of beans.
I think a parallel level to the bean machine is investing in sand and doing the hot sand approach as they do in Turkey.
Excuse me. Sand, hot sand.
Have you not seen that?
You mean go to the beach? Is that what you mean?
No, bro. Have you seen them make coffee in sand?
I have not seen anyone make coffee in sand.
Adam Afghan.
We should get one of them things what Joe Rogan does. Put it on the screen.
Yeah. By the way, my short still doesn't have them. Oh, it does now. Okay, so coffee made with sand.
Doesn't sound appetizing.
But the sand doesn't go in. Look. Oh, turn that down.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that sand heats up the coffee.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if it's with the
kettle.
friction.
It's as like a kettle.
Yeah,
Okay, I see what you mean.
that seems cool.
That seems
It
cool.
doesn't seem that tasty.
Seems high effort for coffee.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm on espresso level. The pods. Do you recycle the pods?
We have the same. I sometimes get given the recycle bag, and other times I don't. Because when they deliver the coffee, they meant to deliver with the recycle bag, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to blame Nespresso here.
Okay. I should start recycling them more.
Well, my first step towards living a more plastic-free life is this: £5 Asda.
As the price. Tesco. What's the Tesco equivalent to Tesco price?
No, it's Tesco Value.
Tesco Value.
Isn't it?
As the price.
And then Sainsbury's is. Waitrose is. Waitrose is.
I don't know. Tesco Value.
No, Sainsbury's is. No, I can't remember.
Sainsbury's extra. Do you remember back in the day?
Waitrose is Waitrose Essentials.
Oh, do you remember? Okay, do you remember back in the day the Asda adverts when they used to put change in their back
Yeah,
pocket?
that's the price.
And they used to-
Ching, yeah.
And they used to tap their bottom. That was they stopped that now.
They have.
Yeah.
Speaking of TV adverts, bro, something really surprised me the other day. So we're watching the cricket, and my young nephew loves cricket. He's 6 years old, seven years old.
Really?
Obsessed with it because his dad's obsessed with it.
Makes
His
sense.
dad's from Pakistan, like, as in fully, like, whereas we like have become these.
Of course.
I'm going down.
British.
I'm going down.
stick to
Completely
the
useless.
different topic.
So 7 years old, watching the cricket, absolutely obsessed. It's daytime. It's like 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then when the adverts came on, there was an advert for erectile dysfunction.
Interesting.
And I thought, 2 p.m., that's odd, isn't it? I've not, like, surely that should be a post 9 p.m. advert.
Erectile I don't know, man, because it's more like, say if you saw, what's the equivalent lady issue? I guess it would be maybe period
low
stuff,
libido or
maybe something like that. That they're on all the time.
No, but...
I think. I don't know.
But stuff to do with, like, the menses and stuff is normal healthcare, and to an extent, it's not even healthcare. It's like it's completely normal,
General, essential.
But, yeah, it's essential. It's essential.
It's essential. It's like toothpaste almost.
Right.
It's always in that section. I got you.
Yeah. Erectile dysfunction has a clear connotation to sexual
health.
intimacy.
Yeah. Okay. That is strange to be 2 p.m. Maybe, I don't know.
I thought that.
Maybe the viewership of that time, or I don't know, is more...
It would be like seeing a Durex advert, which would feel weird to
It
see
is
at 2
weird.
p.m.
I started seeing them on YouTube.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
Well, the point, I guess, is that we, as a society, moving on, like what used to be, for example, like seen as unacceptable for somebody under 12 to see, is now all of a sudden
like perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal for, like, for PG or even for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't it?
It's mad. It's crazy because like a Durex advert. That would be like 9 p.m. back in the day. Like, you never see that on ITV or Channel 4. You would see that. What they call it? The watershed. I don't know why.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Watershed.
Watershed. It's after. Is that 9 p.m.? No, it's 8 p.m.
It used to be 9. Oh, really?
The watershed. Maybe there's some type of water, because sheds are not very great at containing water. It's more like a tool shed.
That's true.
Anyway, back in the day, pre-watershed, you wouldn't have that. But now, even on YouTube, it's a bit like it's anything. You can have it for pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Well, I suppose to some extent you can't do post watershed on the internet because this is just different time zones, and
it's true.
I mean, they could use software to figure out what time it is.
That's
I mean, software is so advanced now, as you know.
You could just figure out
being
software could
being
figure
a
out the
software
time.
Man. Yeah.
Software could somehow know the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
We could have computers that know the time. I think we're onto something here.
If somehow the computer could know the time. But yeah, it's that. So I want to following on those two amazing points.
Yeah.
What's your favorite TV adverts? And also, how do you protect your children from watching something which is inappropriate?
Yeah, I think that. Okay, I'm going to be honest here.
Yeah.
I do have a TV in the house, but I'm saying I do believe that it's not extreme to not have a TV in the house. I think that not having a TV in the house is the right thing to do nowadays.
In terms
I do
of
believe that.
TV. So just say, for example, living room, that TV that has access to terrestrial, what do they call it?
Terrestrial TV. Even Netflix and stuff like that. Like, if we're being honest with ourselves,
Yeah.
there's no content on there that really we should be content with. Well, yes, our children watching, even ourselves watching.
Yeah.
If we're being honest
Yeah.
and frank, and we should be honest and frank, because do you remember Frank, actually, the adverts for Frank? Frank was a smoker's helpline.
Yeah, it was Talk to Frank.
Talk to Frank.
Talk to Frank, yeah.
Frank is such a
Frank.
builder's,
Yeah,
like...
Frank.
Yeah.
Not my voice. That's quite alpha voice, isn't it?
Yeah, well, if you was in a Costa drive right now,
Yeah.
you'd be offered Arabic beans.
I would.
I saw a Costa in your car, actually. Is that where you went?
That was it? I can't remember.
I looked out the
It
window
wasn't
and I was
a
like,
Costa.
I didn't see it. And I was like, there's a Costa cup.
It was a coffee mug.
Oh, maybe it wasn't
It
Costa.
wasn't a Costa. Yeah, talk to Frank. Yeah. What's your favourite advert? What's your most memorable TV advert?
It's hard to say, like I said, because I don't think now there's any advert that could be deemed even slightly like...
Memorable.
No, but not
Good.
memorable. I mean, like, Islamically acceptable.
Do you really?
I think so.
Like, for me, back in
Well,
the
we
day-
can't have YouTube ads. Like we don't. Oh no, I'm not making a ruling here saying that you can't have YouTube ads, but we don't have YouTube ads after advice that we sought.
Really?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, it's because it's like you don't know what's gonna come up. Do you know what I mean? And also when like your kids are watching something, who knows if something weird will come up? Like you don't know. But like
Then my argument of not having a TV in the house
Yeah, go ahead.
is also defeated because it's no longer a TV that's the problem. In fact, it's also any device. You can wherever
true,
you can
true,
access
true.
on telly, you can access on any device now.
Yeah. So are you saying that you shouldn't have any device or just the TV itself? In the
No, of
living
course
room?
I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any device, but I don't know the solution to this. But what I do know is that a problem exists and it's getting worse. That's all I know.
Yeah. I think one of the things which always goes on, like giving kids iPads and stuff. I think that opens up a world of I don't know. They almost become dependent on it. Do you know what I mean? You see kids with iPads and they're just like the screen is like straight close to them and it's just tapping.
But then is that just the world that we're going in? So it's good for them
I
to
don't
get ahead
know.
of.
But you could learn from it. It's a tool, right? It's a
Exactly.
tool.
That's what. Yeah.
You could put Quran on the TV. You
Of
could
course,
do
of
lectures
course.
on the TV and the whole family
Sure.
could watch in the living room. I don't know.
Well, it's how you. Yeah, you're right. Because the hustle of, I suppose, a screen is not impermissible. It's what
a
you do with it,
stream.
I guess.
It's it's like anything, but it's the same with the internet.
Yeah.
You could do the worst things on the internet, but you could do some amazing things. But yeah, it's hard to make kids like not consume something which they shouldn't or which might be bad for them. Like nowadays, it's really hard. How can you control it? Because you can YouTube on your phone, Netflix, Google. Back in the day, we didn't have internet anywhere we went, so it's pretty crazy.
Do you remember the days of if you were using the internet, you couldn't use the home phone?
I do remember that. And you picked up the phone and bzzz sound.
Yeah.
Excellent sound effects I'm
Yeah.
doing today.
You are really good at it.
And then you couldn't go on up before 6 p.m. because it was more expensive.
Okay.
Did you remember
I think
that?
I remember
Do you remember
that?
that? Yeah, it was
so.
expensive before 6. Before 6, sorry. And dial-up connection. Crazy.
On the topic of children's mental health, let's shift the conversation a bit actually over to adult mental health, because obviously the way you were introduced to the Freshly Ground audience initially all those years back was because we had that discussion based on the paper that you wrote about mental health, and naturally you become a regular guest and we just speak about everything and it's always fun. But at its default, I suppose the reason we got introduced to each other was because of the discussion of mental health, right?
Yeah.
And we don't actually, maybe in a good way, maybe in the sense that we are diversifying like the conversation that we have and stuff, but we probably haven't touched on mental health for a while, when we've got this house show coming up, as you know, with Abdul Hakim, who's going to be touching on mental health, physical health, and basically the health of the mind, body and the soul. Have you made any newer discoveries on your constant journey of trying to train the mind and understand the mind and stuff like that since all of those years back when you wrote that paper and stuff? What right now is at the forefront of your thinking in terms of mental health?
So it's weird. Like life comes in, more obstacles come in place, more hardship comes, different types of hardship come, whatever it is, right? I think, like for me with OCD, it's very much cognitive. It's very much mind. It's when you say something like it's all in your head. all mental health is in your head, right? But OCD is very much in your head, and it's always focused on how you think, basically. So we were chatting about this just before. Is like cognitive distortions. Like, for example, if I feel anxious, therefore there is a danger present. If I feel anxious, that doesn't mean there is a danger present. Everything in the real world could be absolutely fine, but in my mind, I feel there's danger. So it's almost training myself to my thoughts don't equal a reality, if you know what I mean. There's not a danger here. If I feel bad, it means I've done something bad. These types of thinking is something I'm trying to negate. I'm trying to ground myself in reality. That's what I'm trying to go with now. I'm not an expert at mental health at all, so I can't give advice, give therapy and these things like that. But it's something I've read about. And when I was in therapy, my therapist talked to me about it. But it's trying to get my thinking more grounded in reality rather than fully focus in my head, which is difficult to do sometimes. I think we all struggle with some stuff like that.
Of course. You mentioned that you had got some messages after those episodes that we did where you spoke about very candidly about your battles with OCD and stuff like that. What kind of messages did you get?
MashaAllah. Everyone who's messaged me, the brothers, sisters, you ping me a message, Allah reward you, and may Allah help everyone struggling with this stuff. But it's amazing that it just it's kind of like a sign for me to keep doing something with mental health.
Definitely.
Because it helps people. And just being open about it and kind of facing that fear of just talking about it benefits people in a little bit. And if that's amazing for me, alhamdulillah. Even
what kind of messages have you been getting?
Just like, thank you for talking about it. I was struggling with this. I empathize with this. I went through something similar. I just liked listening to the chat, stuff like that. And it's crazy that we just don't talk about it enough. And we do talk about it more, but it's still going to be difficult to talk about things which go on in your head, or things that you feel, or things that you were worried about, because everyone always says it's taboo, but it's just some things are just difficult to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just getting people to be honest with themselves and honest with others, and opening up to, I guess, like, heal and solve the problems which are in front of you. And that's difficult to solve problems, especially within yourself.
It's interesting as well, because as a person, we can only feel what we have, what we feel.
Yeah.
I can only feel what I feel. I'm not in your head, so I can't experience the experiences that you go through, or the thoughts that you go through, right? And so sometimes it's very hard to be empathetic with someone who's going through something that you perhaps have not gone through, right?
Yeah.
And an example could be something like you mentioning that it's hard to perhaps always talk about how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And I've experienced being around people who find it hard to talk about how they're feeling.
Exactly.
And I've had conversations with them because I'm very close to them, not because I'm like crazy. Where I was like, why can't you? But when you're very close to somebody, you have open discussion.
Yeah.
It's a very non-judgmental space. I know. I remember having a discussion with this one particular person I have in mind, who I said, I find it interesting how you struggle to speak about your emotions so much, because you really struggle to speak about your emotions, and I find it really maybe too easy to speak about emotions to the point where both of them are extremes. And we were speaking about that, and then they said to me that they find it interesting, or but the word I'm looking for is not interesting. It's because I'm not like this. I can't understand how a person can be like this, not in a derogatory way.
Yeah.
Right. And so it was me saying, because I'm not like this, I can't understand how you're like this. And it was them saying to me, because I'm like this, I can't understand how you're like this.
No,
to me. And we both were like, it's interesting how, and we both appreciated that there's different ways of thinking, there's different ways of being, and none of them are wrong and none of them are right, and everybody can improve. But it was just interesting to understand that I can only understand so much. But then I suppose that's where sympathy does come in, because it's saying, well, I don't understand. I'm not going through what you're going through. Yeah. But I can definitely sympathize. Yeah. And I can say, oh, okay, is that? And I can ask questions. I can say, well, what's helped? One of the best questions I was ever asked, bro. Yeah. When I was going for a really tough time in my headspace, and I opened up to a friend of mine, and he asked me an amazing question. He said, I remember you telling me once that you went through something similar before. And he goes, do you remember what it is that helped you get out of that? Yeah. And that question was just phenomenal. And I think that anytime if somebody comes to you and says that they're going through a tough time, try asking them have you been through something like this before?
Mm.
They say yes. Well, clearly you've come out of it because you're here with us now.
Yeah.
So what helps you get out of it? Because what that did is that led me to a chain of thoughts that were like, because I'm not thinking about that right now.
Mm.
But then when you ask me a question, I'm going, well, I guess what helped me was remembering that Allah is not like here to make my life difficult.
Mm-hmm.
That Allah loves me more than my own mother. That that and He is my creator and He's in control of all things.
Yeah.
And so if the one who is the creator and He's in control of all things actually loves me and is not looking for ways to punish me, etc., etc., that thought chain is what got me out of that rut.
Yeah, I've got you.
But it's only by you asking me what got out of me that rut,
Totally
got me out of that rut that helped me. So I think that's a great question. But the point I was giving in all of this in saying that I find it easy to speak about how I'm feeling is that there's also like there can be something negative with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the negative thing I've experienced with that is that you can often beat yourself up. And I think that it's very common to speak about challenges with mental health that are to do with closure or to do with rumination or to do with isolation, feeling lost, feeling alone. These are common things that we shouldn't brush over.
No, of course.
But I think I think then that gives a connotation that perhaps those who are extroverted do not go through challenges with their mind.
That's a really good point. That's a very
And so
good
that
point.
challenge that I had, one of the challenges I had experienced was, and it sounds like it never sounds sincere when you're speaking about yourself. So I understand that, but it was the idea of beating yourself up because you're so open with your emotions. You go like, I might have an interaction with someone, right? For example, the woman at the coffee shop. Let's say, for example, I had an interaction with her where she asked me what I wanted, and I couldn't make up my mind.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, should I have Arabica beans? Should I have normal? And then I said Arabica. And then me coming to you now, and because I'm so fine to talk about my emotions, me going, Adam, bro, so I had this interaction with this woman, and I feel like I couldn't make a decision, and I feel like I came across like really rude in that decision. And now I'm beating myself up for coming across rude, for not being able to make a decision, for making myself look silly, and all these kind of things. And that doesn't necessarily, it didn't even happen like that. But now I'm oversharing.
Of course,
I'm trying to understand my emotions to a point where I'm going, oh, I've overthought basically. Now I'm overthinking and all that.
I suffer with a similar thing. Sometimes it's like the question you're always asking, almost. It's a never-ending question. Why? What if? And it's like what I'm thinking doesn't connect to reality. And sometimes I ask myself, okay, say for example, coffee lady. Oh, I might have insulted her a bit. Maybe I said it in a rude way. You could say to yourself, who said that? Why is that true? Who said she got offended? And I think to myself, yeah, no one said that. That's not. How do I know? Like maybe, but in reality, nothing could have happened. It could have happened, but who said? Who said that's correct? And I go through that a lot, and it's that cognitive distortion of like that's not reality. It's in my head, but what I think isn't what actually unfolding before me in reality. Keeping those two separate and kind of checking yourself in to that thought process is helpful for me. But I go through the same thing.
No, it's really helpful to hear what's helpful for you because it also reminds me of what's helpful for me, which is that sometimes when I go through those moments, I think about people who I admire and realize that I admire them despite those people having those traits on a far like larger scale.
Okay.
So two examples that come straight to mind is I might be really bad. I might like be bad at. You might be texting me or like calling me and I'm not answering. I'm purposely not answering because I can't.
You've got something on right now.
Got something right now. But then I'm thinking, wow, I'm being so rude. And this person must think Face was very arrogant, very rude, thinking that, he's trying to pressure us. That's how I start thinking.
Yeah,
right?
I got you.
But then I think about, for example, like one of my teachers, if he's in the middle of something, he'll have no problem, and someone's trying to speak to me, have no problem going, look, give me a second, I'm dealing with this, and then I'm going to deal with that.
Yeah.
And it never comes across rude.
Of course.
You still admire that person.
Of course, mashallah.
Actually, it doesn't come across how you think. Another example is, and I'll mention this, there's a brother called Noor, right? And he goes by the Instagram handle Strong Believers. There's one thing I admire about him is that it's how he takes compliments.
MashaAllah.
So, Allah Barak, may Allah bless him.
Ameen.
And he has no knowledge of this. So if he listens to this, it will really surprise him. But, you know, one of the things that you think is, let's say, for example, you said, Faisal, I don't know, give me a compliment, Adam.
You have an absolutely, MashaAllah, great beard.
Thank you so much. Now, generally, when someone gives you a compliment, you're like, well, how do I tackle this in a way where I don't come across arrogant? But then there's also, so you could what's the word?
Reflect?
Like be kind of like self-deprecate.
Yeah, like
You could
destructive almost.
You could
to yourself.
self-deprecate. I could be like, no, like this is nothing,
Yeah.
right? Which, by the way, if you look at like Islamic fiqh, right? Like, it's a good trait to in some ways think low of yourself in that way, like not feel high. So there is a space for that. But I'm saying, like, with anything, there has to be balance, right? And so let's say, for example, anyone who compliments you, you're just always like, no, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
To an extent, right, you're not going to want to be around that person because it's like anything you say to that person is like, they're so negative.
Yeah, of course. It's not nice to be around that all the time.
Right. So I'm thinking to myself, but what if somebody, let's say, Adam, you just said, Faisal, you got a nice beard, and I just went, Jazakallah khair, and I kept it moving.
Yeah.
I'd think, well, I must have come across so arrogant. And like, I know, right? And then I thought about someone who I admired, and this person in this scenario is Noor from Strong Believers. And I remember one time I said to Noor, I said something like, you're in great physical shape, not in a weird way. Allah Barak, he's in great shape, right? Like that's how his whole branding as well is like, talks about being strong believer. I said, you're in great shape, man. And he goes, Jazakallah khair. And that was it. He didn't not accept the compliment, and he didn't self-deprecate, and he kept all of his izzah, right? Because he didn't go, Jazakallah khair, you know, 5 times a week training, I'm on my diet, 2,200 calories. He didn't do that and like over, and he came across so respectful, but he also kept that izzah of going, well, like, if you're complimenting me, Jazakallah khair, thank you, I appreciate it, and he kept moving, and it didn't come across bad. So the point there is I admire how he handled that situation. I'm going to handle a situation like that. Someone gives me a compliment, I'm not going to self-deprecate to the point of like depression, but I'm also not going to bathe in it, and I'm going to know my reality. Like Ustad Muhammad Tim, he says that there's a scholar, I can't remember who, he said it, I think he might have said Ibn Qayyim, I can't remember, but he said there's a scholar who said that you should live in a way where praise and criticism are the same to you, like they affect you in the same way. Praise doesn't affect you and criticism doesn't affect you because you understand the path that you're on. I think that seems like a good balance, doesn't it?
That's a great balance. And MashaAllah, it's a great way to take compliments. Sometimes it's also like I feel like it's the way you say it. Say for someone, you've got a great beard. Jazakallah khair. Thank you for that. It's nice you noticed. I've been putting more oil in it.
That's a really nice response.
Or you can say, you know what, I've got this oil. I can give some to you if you like. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of just give a good deed back as well. Or maybe compliment them on something. Because I see what you mean. It's like kind of like, thanks for the compliment. I know. Yeah. Of course, I've got a great beard. It's difficult, and I think
you don't want to come across like that, right?
Exactly, and I feel like sometimes, like, you know, when you see like men, mashallah, like strong men, not in terms of strength, but in terms of like character, they take compliments, they take criticism on the chin, and they're just like, as you said, that balance. It makes no difference. It's like, thank you, great, jazakallah khair, and it's amazing when you see someone take that on, and they don't have it's not affecting them in either which way. It's just thank you. It's just like, I've taken this in. It's great to see, mashallah.
Yeah, that criticism thing is actually a great point as well, because I remember we were on Umrah with Abdul Hakim, mashallah, and he was getting really grilled by somebody. And it was one of those matters that there's a difference of opinion on, and so some people will feel really strongly about it. And so he was getting telling off in Arabic, I wasn't obviously understanding. And Abdul Hakim, he was of the opinion that this thing is not a problem.
Yeah.
Like maybe the equivalent of you going to your nan's house,
Yeah.
who is like culturally Afghan maybe, and praying in your shoes and shouting you because
Yeah.
but
you shouldn't wear
you
the shoes, for example.
right,
Yeah.
but you're like it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. Okay. I
So
see that.
is that kind of context. So he's getting just grilled by this guy, and Abdul like replying, and it's packed, bro.
Yeah.
We're like doing tawaf, and Abdul was just Jazakallah khair, Jazakallah khair, Jazakallah khair, Jazakallah
Mashallah.
khair, and he just was saying Jazakallah khair, like keep it stepping, like, but he wasn't rising to the fight. Jazakallah khair, Jazakallah khair, just like kept saying Jazakallah khair, right? Like, and the brother just get more and more angry. He's like Jazakallah khair, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my,
Mashallah. That's
you know what I
that's
mean? And I
lovely
thought
to
that was
see.
a nice way of,
It's like almost like being a gentleman.
yeah.
I think like sometimes you know when you get in an argument with someone, sometimes it's just like the most gentleman thing, the most manly thing. I don't like using that term, but you know what I mean, like alpha almost. The best way to be a
Like me?
gentleman. Yeah, exactly like
Right,
you.
Arabic
exactly.
beans.
It's Arabic bean. You want to be of an Arabic bean and alpha bean is just to be a gentleman about things.
Yeah, it's true, it's true, it's
It's
true.
to be a and when someone argues with you, just being a gentleman back, like, okay, thank you for that. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. And then you just keep it moving. There's no point of rising, like getting angry is a trait which is terrible. Road rage with me is the same thing. I'm like,
Really?
I get that road rage, and I've started to really
No.
bring it down. Like,
I don't see you as road rage guy at
I don't know
all.
what it is. I don't know what sometimes, and I just let it go. I'm like, if it's someone coming in, just go in. If I'm late, I'm late. It's my fault. Do you know what I mean? Like if the traffic light, whatever. Just I'm gonna save 20 seconds. It doesn't matter. So
Let's do a scenario.
yeah,
I'm a driver
okay.
and driving
Interesting.
10 to 2,
10 to 2.
and it's like I'm driving a bus, but I'm driving a regular car.
Okay.
like Astra,
Astra. Alpha.
Micro.
Alpha Astra.
I got my Arabica beans in my cup, driving along.
Nice.
Now I'm doing one-handed because I've got coffee in
Yeah,
one
yeah,
hand.
yeah,
Might
yeah.
slightly illegal perhaps.
Okay.
And I'm in the left lane. I'm on an A road. You're in the middle lane. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, do you know what? I need to cut into the middle lane because
Yeah.
otherwise I'm going to go off here.
Yeah.
And so just speed up a bit and I cut in. Go.
I would I would be like,
And now I'm driving slow.
and now I would like beep beep. I'd be like, that's what I would do.
Fine. Would you pull up next to me? Have a little chat? Have you done that before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I've never done that.
It's more. I don't do it out of like a. It's more. Come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, to be safe. Do you know what I mean? It's more. Like, I try to come off that way, but
So you roll the window down. You're next to
no,
you're
I don't
next to
roll the
them
window.
now.
I'm like,
Oh,
usually I do.
okay.
It's like, come on. It's more like, come on. What? Don't drive like that. And I just carry on my way. I would never like put on window. What are you doing? You move slow down. My beans are in the back. I wouldn't do that because it's like that's unsafe as well. But
I'm a farmer.
I've got the bag of beans.
It took me 6 years to get this career. I went through Tassimo, Nespresso.
I went through pods.
Yeah.
Now I'm in that one. It's not. Don't go to
My
that
family's
level.
already left me for this.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't go to that. But if it's
Fine,
like,
so you've never rolled the window down.
of course, sometimes I feel like you just got to correct someone. Like, look, that's not good, but you just did. That's a bit unsafe. Beep beep. And then yeah, but
Has anyone ever given it back to you?
not really. It's no, it's never got to the people get out of the car, start
It's
shouting.
the alpha beard.
It's not. It's more just like I'm lazy. I cannot be bothered. I don't like talking to people when I'm driving. I don't like interacting with them. I was like, just get to my journey. But I don't know what it is. It's more. But I've just toned it down. I've toned it down because you have to not care. Like, okay, whatever. Because you know what? When someone annoys you or does something which is not nice, if you let it in and it affects you and you just can't stop thinking about it, oh, this really annoyed me the whole day. You have control of that situation. You cannot let it in. But if you let it in, and it will ruin your day sometimes when something annoys you. But if you just go, look, no, I'm not letting this in. I'm not gonna let this ruin my day. And you just shut it off and just keep it moving. That's what I'm trying to do more now. Because when you're having a nice day, someone cuts you up, says something bad to you, you're like, oh, that person, how dare you? I was right. You go, okay, yeah, that happened. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna carry on. Just let it go. Just let it go.
You know what?
Can you do
I'm
that?
so the opposite. Yeah, with road rage only. I normally get something with road rage. I just don't see the point. I mean, I can probably count on one or two fingers, like how many times I've got in road rage. Like, because you do sometimes, like maybe if I'm in a bad mood, but it's very rare. I really don't get into road rage, bro. I really don't.
Really?
I just like if someone's like past me, I'm like, oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's a much a lot better way to be on the road.
No, but I'm bad with other things though. Terrible with other things.
Oh, what were you terrible with?
Like for example, if I get, like one of the best pieces of advice you could probably have is when you're angry is to make sure you don't say anything. Keep your mouth zipped.
Of course.
And try and leave the area.
Situation.
And I find that tough. And also leaving, because I'm like, well, that means doing something.
Yeah.
And I'm here now.
Yeah. Oh, you're making me do stuff.
But anytime I have left,
Yeah.
it's been the best thing.
It's been the best thing. There's it's like sometimes if you just sleep on it as well, you'll feel better in the morning about
Definitely,
it. Like you. Most time, I think most people agree with this. When you say something and you're angry, you regret it so quickly afterwards.
Man.
You're like, why did I
100%
say
of the
that?
time.
Why would I say that? I didn't mean that. I just said that. And then make the situation worse. Just don't say anything. Go for a walk. Go for a walk outside or something, or just exit the situation. Remove yourself from the situation. Come back later, and you'll feel better. And you won't feel the same. Being angry is a dangerous thing, isn't it? Because
Very
saying
dangerous.
things can really affect people. And
They say that like prisons and graves are just are full of prisons are full of many people who've had like a lapse in anger,
you can imagine
a
that,
short
right?
burst. You
Just
know,
to see red. Oh my god, I made a mistake.
yeah,
But it could be a grave mistake. Do you know what I mean?
it's true,
it's
man.
crazy.
It's tough. Anger is a very difficult emotion to get a hold of. Very, very difficult.
Also hunger.
Oh yeah.
Don't make a decision when you're hungry.
And tiredness.
Tiredness is don't make a decision when you're tired or hungry. When you're hungry, I start getting hangry.
Tired, hungry, angry. Like, are there any emotions left?
Coffee. What's coffee? So it's like coffee and food, basically. If you don't have one,
Yeah.
you start. I'm start getting like what's the crabby? Is that a word?
I was getting crabby early before you get married because I found a nut bar. Where's my nut bar?
I'm not doing anything without my nut bar. Getting
No,
getting
but I
like
know what you
that.
mean.
It's not, and then you feel it's like have a Snickers. You
Yeah,
remember that
yeah,
advert?
yeah.
Talking about adverts again. It's like,
You're not you when you're hungry.
oh yeah, you're not you and you're hungry. Oh, thank you. And then he turns back to a normal person. I can't remember the advert.
But you know what? When I'm hungry, the last thing I want is a chocolate bar. And I love chocolate bars.
Yeah.
But when you're hungry, when I'm hungry, you know what I fancy?
Yeah.
Shawarma, maybe?
Oh, rice and meat.
Yeah.
Rice, meat, garlic
A
sauce.
doner kebab.
Yeah. Oh, and then I'll feel so much better afterwards.
Yeah, chicken and
Yeah.
chips, but
Oh.
not a chocolate bar.
Yeah, chocolate.
I'd feel you know what? When I'm hungry, this has happened before. When I'm hungry, someone's gone, "Oh, the Snickers are coming." I get offended, bro. I'm offended.
I'll be, it's like I need to feel this hunger.
Yeah.
How dare you tell me to have that to fill this hunger?
Yeah.
How dare it's not worthy.
Yeah,
of doing my hunger.
exactly.
I'm like, you're disgusting comment. How dare you say that to me?
It's so true.
You're just not worthy of my hunger.
Bro,
No.
exactly. You'd be really angry. Someone's having a Snickers, just go, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm not hungry because I want to have a discussion on what you just said to me.
no. That's finished now. We need to talk about what you just said to me. Oh,
So you're telling me that when you are hungry, you can have just a Snickers bar?
you know what the worst? This is bad. Have a banana. No.
Oh, that's the worst. It's like, do you know why that's worse? It's because it's like that a Snickers or chocolate bar is not worthy.
Yeah.
So you're trying to up it by going with something a bit more wholesome with fruit.
Exactly.
But
Have
it's
some
still,
fruit.
yeah, it hasn't worked.
So
A handful of nuts.
You know what the worst one? This is against opposite of food.
Cereal.
I'm really bored. Read a book.
Yeah.
You could definitely. But
Yeah,
no, I want to have fun. I want to go to cinema. I want to
Yeah.
go for a jump off a cliff and skydive.
Always
Read a
like,
book.
when you're like, well, what do we do today, right? It's Sunday, you're not working, it's family time.
Yeah.
And so, well, what do you want to do? And then you feel like saying, well, I don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
Offer me things.
Yeah, offer me. Give me some options.
But but you have to be an adult enough to come
you're
up with
right.
the solutions as well.
You can't.
Nothing sounds, when you're bored, nothing sounds fun. You can be
nothing
offered
sounds
anything. I'm bored. Even if somebody said to you, well, then let's go skydiving. You go, I don't want to.
I can't be bothered to
Yeah.
go. You want something to come out of the air and go,
Yeah.
that's fun. Let me do that.
Yeah.
Let me do this.
It's an impossible thing.
It's impossible. And I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? And then you start getting frustrated. Then you start being annoying to other people.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you don't want to do anything. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to. What's your arms?
Yeah.
I want to do that. And then you just start being difficult, like a child.
Like actual child.
Yeah, as a child. Do you ever go back to child mindset sometimes? When's the time when you just go back? Hungry is also one. Or when I get annoyed, I'm like, yeah. I get that.
I don't know,
sometimes.
man. I think that
You're much-
natural progression.
You just don't do it anymore.
Not nearly. I think being a dad changes you a lot.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
Also being married, I'm sure you've felt like massive changes in your life since being married as well.
It's
because you can't.
You can't, there's no
No
room for it
woman
anymore.
wants to be with a boy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
And so you realize that very quickly. And you think, well,
Yeah.
you can have those. Definitely internally, you can have
Yeah.
those moments when you're by yourself,
Of course.
and you just think, I just want to watch wrestling.
Also, I just want to sulk. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore.
But
Yeah.
externally, no, like
You gotta sort out. Yeah.
you got to be like, you got to handle situations. And when you've got kids, it's like multiplied because now you see kids the way you're behaving, the way like I've
Yeah.
become my parents where like my kids might have like a tantrum. I'm like, I literally say things that typical parents say. I say things like, well, you can have a tantrum, and when you've calmed down, we can have a discussion. Like, you know what I mean? Or like
That's like
or
teacher level,
well,
teacher
I'm
parent
not
level.
listening to it. No, I don't care. Or like, no, I said no. Like, I just things like
No
that.
means no, and it's like
no
that.
means no. Or
Do you ever get on the dad jokes as well?
oh, do you know what I've been doing? 'Cause recently, Zachary's been like itching. He's got like an allergy to something, and he's been itching. And
Yeah.
when he itches too much, he'll bleed.
Yeah.
So if he itches the inside of his ear, then he starts bleeding from his ear.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this thing like we were in Asda yesterday, and obviously where I bought the travel mug.
Of course.
Obviously that wasn't the reason I went to Asda. I had no intention
Yes,
of
it
buying
was.
travel mug.
Yes, it was. God, yeah.
But I also have this other bad habit that every time I go to Asda with Zachary, I'll buy him another car.
A little toy.
And now we come back and then my wife's like, another car.
And is it one of those little ones?
Yeah.
They're like £1 or something, right?
No, they're like little trucks.
Okay.
So they're
They're
like,
cool.
smaller than this,
Yeah.
but bigger than one of those little ones.
Yeah.
What was I saying? So I've got him in the trolley in
Yeah,
Asda.
yeah,
We're walking through Asda. And just every few minutes, I'm like, stop hitching yourself. I said, what did I say? I said, stop itching. And I just constantly have the whole Asda, just everyone's hitting me. Zachary, like, stop itching.
Yeah. Stop
But
it.
that's such a parent thing to say. It's like, and they don't stop itching.
And they don't stop with putting fingers in their mouth. When
These children are so dirty like that.
Children.
And do you know what the worst thing is? When they try to put their fingers in your mouth.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Get out away from me!
And then you keep trying, and eventually you go, all right.
Go on, do it. Become a dentist.
Exactly.
That's crazy. But yeah, dad jokes, dad bod, dad jokes, dad life.
I can't wait for you to be dad, bro. Inshallah. May Allah bless you with healthy, pious children. You are going to be the king of dad jokes.
Oh man, I can't wait. My favorite, I think the classic one is, Dad, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm dad.
Oh, that is the.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny on so many levels.
That's the epitome of dad jokes.
And you say it in a time when the child is hungry.
Yeah.
But you're
So
just
it's
like,
so
you're like,
annoying,
ha, I'm making a joke out of you.
That is the ultimate dad joke.
It is a great dad joke. I love.
What are some other ultimate dad jokes?
Love that dad joke. I don't know. Oh no, you're the teacher one. It's like, I need to go. No, it's like, can I go to the toilet? Can you?
Yeah.
Can you?
That's so true. I don't know. Can you?
Whoa, you can go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Wow, really? That's impressive.
So good.
May I go to the toilet? You may. Yeah, I like that one. I don't think there's any other ones.
No, that's a really good one though. You did some great. Yeah, you did some great
tier ones. Those are great ones.
There might be some like well, there's like sarcasm stuff, like your child says something that's a bit out of their lane, and you go, "Sorry, are you the parent here? Or am I?"
Who are you talking to? You start looking around, getting the acting.
Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Or you go really melodramatic. Actually, I'm just is it me or is there somebody else in this room?
I love that. Oh my god, that's a great one. What's another good? Okay, say like the kid gets a bit injured. Oh, they hurt. They fell over, bruised their knee. I'm like, well, we're gonna have to chop it off. I love that. That's a great one. Then I'm like, what? And then they stop crying immediately.
Yeah, you're coming up with good jokes. I'm coming up with sarcastic, passive aggressive methods of disciplining. Yeah,
discipline /
Sorry,
annoying the children.
Am I talking to myself or
am I talking to myself here?
Yeah.
I love it. Those are the best. It's like because you want to be angry, but you don't want to be angry.
But do you know what I hate?
Go on.
Lies, which obviously is against the sunnah. There's that hadith about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I might get it wrong, but a woman, she offered her child a date. She's like, "Come here, I'll give you a date." And then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I think, said, "Well, are you going to give him or her a date? Because if you're not, it's lying. So you can't lie to your children." So I suppose it's in the fitrah. I really just like saying, I would never let it happen. Hopefully, in my house, where you could say something to a child that you don't mean, like even something like a common one is like, I don't know if this is common in your culture, but like not having fizzy drinks, so you're calling it medicine. So don't have that. That's medicine.
Interesting.
That's something that's quite cool. And I couldn't do it because it's not medicine. Like you have to be able to tackle the issue. Like I understand that it's a child, but telling them it's medicine is not going to work because it's a lie. I mean, my work temporarily. Those things, I just really don't want to. I don't want to be that guy. So I try my best not to ever. I mean, sarcasm, yes, 100%. Yeah. But lying, no. I don't want to be like that's medicine or you know, if you do this, I'll give you a snack, and then I'm no intention of giving a snack. Or
what about if it's beneficial? Say, for example, like there's a room, and it's dangerous, like a tool shed, and the kids want to go in there because it's cool. There's stuff in there, and you go, there's a monster lives in there.
No, I would never do that. I would just say it's dangerous.
But what if? But do you reckon even if it's like preventative? Like I don't know.
Because you know what, children do eventually.
They'll learn, right?
Yeah, and also I think you have to. Build a rapport with your children. I mean, I'm speaking here like a child expert, but I think you have to build a rapport with children where they know that when you're serious, you're serious. You're serious. So it's like you're 90% of the time you're fun.
Yeah.
So that 10% that you're not, it's like, oh, okay, this is genuine. But imagine if like the boy who cried wolf. Sometimes when you're serious, you're not like 100% with it. So it's like, well, I don't know. Sometimes. So it's like when I say no. That's no,
yeah, that's it. And you know what? You shouldn't lie to your kids, right? Yeah. Even if it's like something to stop them doing something, it's a good practice to be always truthful. 100%. It's like sometimes like it's when I guess when kids or parents with their kids like Santa Claus is real and stuff. That's a bit crazy. You're just making this person doesn't exist. If you're Christian or whatever you celebrate Christmas, you would buy them presents. You buy them not
even mythical, the tooth fairy one, bro. I know it's not permissible anyway.
Yeah, of course.
But like. To say, this magical creature came into your bedroom at night time and like took your tooth and put the money. It's like it's so elaborate, and I understand there's an argument for. Obviously, first of all, there's no argument because it's not Islamically permissible. But I understand the argument of it's creative, it's just a bit of fun, and it's making. But
what benefit does it really bring?
Yeah, it doesn't. A child who didn't grow up with the tooth fairy, I can't imagine they're any less creative than a child who did grow up thinking there was a tooth fairy.
Of course. And also, like, you know, there's going to be a point when the shock of like, wait, that's not real?
Yeah.
That's a bit mad, isn't it? Like, Santa Claus isn't real, the tooth fairy isn't real, Easter Bunny, monster in the shed isn't real. Damn, I always thought that was real. It's weird to like then shake up the reality a bit. I can't be good for them, I assume. I'm not a child expert at all. But.
When I was younger, sometimes we would go after school to my friend's or this boy in my class, his house, for like an hour or two. If, for example, my mum was late to pick us up or something like that. Like it was prearranged. Like a childminder, basically.
Yeah, cool.
And what this auntie would do, non-Muslim, so probably didn't have context of it, but now deeping it, it's crazy, is she would, if her child was naughty, she would lock him in the bathroom.
No.
Now, obviously, you shouldn't lock your child anywhere, but the bathroom, literally where the shayateen, where the jinn live, like the dirt, like the whole point of a bathroom, I could be better at this, is that you're meant to be in and out and not being there any more than you need to.
Yeah.
I know sometimes like you could like either
check your phone,
right? But ideally, that's you're in and out, right? But to lock a child where in the place that the shayateen live,
it's dirty as well, like generally.
Yeah, it's a bathroom. It's also where people like relieve themselves.
Yeah.
But so those kind of things, like once or twice, like. Zachary is now old enough to like understand where the stool is. He gets down the stool, he can get his toothbrush and stuff like that. Yeah. And he likes playing with his toothbrush and stuff. But once or twice, like he's kind of gone in there to play with his toothbrush or something, and I've taken him straight out and said, Zachary, you don't play in the bathroom. That's not a place to play.
Yeah, it's not a place to play.
And yes, he doesn't understand that, but eventually it'll be like the shed thing that you said. Like eventually he'll just know, like every time I go to the bathroom, my dad's taking me out, so I'm just gonna stop going. It's not fun because he's just gonna take me straight out anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And there's nothing cool, I guess. Then he'll just grow out of it. But yeah, the bath is why would that's, and also locking children in a place is he could hurt themselves as well. Like there's water in there, you could drown or something, or also like locking in them anywhere. It's like a scary thing. It's like you don't want to scare
you don't
them
want to
and
scare
like
children.
make them like damage them somewhat like that. That's a bit mad.
There's this concept in Islam called hayba, which is like just having this natural, like presence.
Yeah.
It's not ego, it's not arrogance, but it's you walking into a room and people know you're in the room, and it's a good thing. Hayba, hayba is a good
Mashallah.
thing. And so the question really is, how do you get hayba? And obviously that's a question that's above me. But I suppose if you follow Islam to its core, you would naturally have hayba, because if you're a person who doesn't lie when they speak, that means that anything you say, people take seriously because they know you don't lie.
Of course.
If you're a person who knows how to get the balance right between joking and being serious, then people will be able to tell. If you're a person who walks like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who walked with a purpose. If you what are other traits that we should have in a Muslim character? If you're someone who never jokes by mocking somebody,
of course,
if you're a person who, when it comes to reading the Quran or reading or praying and stuff like that, those elements, you never, they're not jokey matters. They're not things that you're never laughing while doing those things.
Of course.
So if you live your life, I'm assuming that naturally you'll get that hayba, because hayba is not something that you can buy. It's not something that you can force people to think of. You either have it or you don't. But in theory, if you were to live like that and you did have that hayba, then I guess your children, your wife, your brothers and sisters, anyone around you would. Oh, okay. Dad said not to go to the bathroom.
Then that's it.
And that's it. You don't have to hit. You don't have to scream, no shout, because you have hayba. And perhaps the only way to get hayba is to live a life 100%
on the sunnah.
On the sunnah, right?
Yeah. It's
a theory, because I'm not speaking out of knowledge here, which is obviously always dangerous.
Yeah, it's like when you see a person of like, when you see one of your teachers or something when they come into the room, it's almost like, it's kind of like they light up the room, or you just want to go and just greet them or something like that. It's that presence, and mashallah, it's Allah make us of those people.
Yeah.
I guess it's just being of good character. Yeah. Like when someone of good character, you're in the presence of them, you kind of lifts up the room as well, doesn't it? A little bit like, oh, cool. You feel nice when they're there.
It's also kind of like if your house, for example, is always messy, like mine is. Because no, that's bad, because I'm saying that when the kids are awake, they throw their toys everywhere. It's not like I'm feeling bad, because I'm like, my wife's gonna be like, you told the whole world. No, like, but if your house is always messy, and somebody comes to your house and they leave something lying around, they might not feel any type of way about that, because it's like, oh, this person's house is always messy anyway. But if you're immaculately clean, like how he should be, then if a person even like spills a bit of salt on the countertop, they're going to clean up, because they're going to go, well, the standards here high. So it's about, I suppose, how you live, isn't it?
It's difficult.
It's interesting.
It's difficult to live like that, like something like keep clean, keep on point, dress nicely, ironed clothes. It's difficult for me. Well,
what I appreciate is that you're wearing a purple jumper and being Freshly Grounded, which obviously is a purple brand. Yeah. So it's quite appreciated.
I'm not going to say I did that on purpose. This was lying around.
Okay.
Put it on. Came here. That was the thought process.
When did you wake up today?
Fajr is easy to wake up for.
Yeah. So you stay awake from Fajr?
Yeah, because you can't. It's like sometimes you pray Fajr and you can get it in, like, and then it's like 7. Do you know what I mean? Alhamdulillah. And I just don't want to go back to sleep then, because if you go back to sleep, you'll fall asleep and you'll stay asleep until like 12.
Oh yeah.
And then you feel more tired. Yeah, and I'm early bird catches the worm.
So how was your morning? Talk me through your morning.
Got up,
Fajr.
Alhamdulillah, prayed, played on my phone, shower, coffee, come to Freshly Grounded.
You didn't eat?
I don't eat breakfast.
No.
I don't like breakfast.
I can't have coffee on an empty stomach.
I can. That coffee is my breakfast. I don't like breakfast. But if I'm not hungry in the morning.
It's 12 o'clock now. You must be really hungry.
Is it 12 o'clock now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not hungry, so I'll eat about 1.
No.
Yeah, and also I don't like to have breakfast. And it's like, sometimes it feels like, why do I want to eat breakfast? It's unnecessary calories sometimes. Then I feel a bit more lighter going into lunch. Then I have lunch. Then I feel sleepy around 3. And that's when my productivity kind of stops. Yeah.
Wow, I had 2 eggs.
Okay.
And
avocado toast.
Wrap.
Oh, wrap.
Yeah, because no, like the wrap was used as my like
tortilla wrap.
paratha. Yeah.
Which tortilla you get?
I used it as like bread. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's
I
lower
do that
calorie
too.
than having like for example, a wrap is 185 calories ish, or 175 calories, but a paratha that you would put in the pan
300
is 300
Yeah,
calories. Yeah.
it's a lot, isn't
and it's
it?
smaller. It's a lot smaller. So you'd have to have 2 of them. So 600 calories.
That's mad.
That's insane. So I had that for breakfast, 2 eggs and that, and then I had a little a low calorie rice bar thing, like a rice cake bar, like a
Rice cake bar.
like
Oh, I know what you're
75
talking about.
calorie chocolate mint rice cake bar thing.
It's circular. Those things.
No, but they're really good.
They're nice.
They're
You get them
really
in a
good.
petrol station.
Yeah, they're really good.
I get
the
them in a
yogurt
petrol
ones and
station.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, something with a bit of chocolate on it as well.
Then we popped. Then I put Khalil to sleep for his nap and
Mashallah.
chucked Zachary in the car. Drove down to Costa.
The coffee fills you up as well.
I guess so.
Coffee fills me up. Like it's a appetite suppressant almost.
Yeah,
I'm not
I've
saying
heard
that's-
that. I
yeah.
have heard that it's an appetite suppressant from others. I guess I don't know because I always have it at the end of food. It's a dessert for me.
What?
Yeah, I always have.
I swear we've talked about this
to
before.
wash the
That-
food down.
That's terrible. Mine is like to start the food. It's
No
like engine
way.
oil for me. It's like okay,
No.
start the car up,
That's insane.
drink the coffee. It's like petrol. It's like I
That's
need
really
it.
weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
Well, let's say you have a heavy lunch, or you have lunch. You feel a bit
Bloated. You feel
slow.
heavy. You feel like, slow.
Yeah, so you want to have a coffee,
Yeah.
perks you back up.
Sometimes it's bad. I have an energy drink.
Oh,
'Cause
I
I'm
haven't
like-
had an engine in years.
It's like a it's the I always feel sick afterwards, and it hurts my teeth. I'm like, why am I doing this?
I used to like energy drinks.
Yeah, it's sometimes I feel because it's a bit more refreshing. It's like I could have a cold coffee. I could have an iced latte. Or what's it called? Iced latte. Yeah,
Yeah, I can in the summer.
sometimes I have it in the winter. I'm like, you know what? I'm hot. Why would I want something else hot?
I have ice cream in the winter.
Ice cream isn't all around.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like
really-
having cake. I have cake in the winter. So that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, no, ice cream's cold though.
Have you had an ice cream cake?
Not that I can recall.
Yeah.
Not that I can recall.
Yeah. Damn.
What are they like?
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't had one?
I'd never had one before. Do you remember what's those do you remember those cakes? I forgot what they were called.
What's your opinion on froyo?
Froyo. I've had. Is that the snog thing? Is that what
Yeah.
that is? It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I prefer to have proper ice cream.
Proper ice cream, yeah.
Yeah, and with some like stuff. I like the Mr. Whippy. That is.
Oh, that's
the,
classic.
I don't think you can get better than
No,
that.
no, you can't.
I think it's scientifically
I
proven.
think a
You can't
McDonald's McFlurry is that.
Get, it must be that.
Like a plain
Yeah.
McDonald's McFlurry
is that.
is that. And it's about 129 calories, I think.
You are really on the calorie.
A plain
thing.
mini McFlurry.
A plain.
A plain mini.
No
McFlurry.
crunchy. Do you like crunchy?
I prefer my McFlurry as plain.
No crunchy.
Nothing.
Crunchy's controversial, to be honest. You know what I'm talking about, crunchy?
Yeah.
It's a strange chocolate bar, isn't it?
Yeah. I used to like it. I just haven't had a crunchy in years.
I haven't even either.
Top 5 chocolate bars go.
Oh man, Twix.
Did we go over this last
We did
time?
fizzy drinks last
Okay,
time.
top 5 chocolate bars
Twix is up there.
go. No.
Hang on, what? no. Why are you laughing? It's serious. What
Twix
do you
is your number one chocolate
it's not,
bar.
It's up there. It's in the top
I'm
5.
asking you to rank it.
Okay.
No, hold on. Twix doesn't even make top 5 though.
Twix is the perfect combination of wafer, biscuit, chocolate bar. You can have it with coffee, tea. You can have it if you're walking, and it comes in a nice, easily manageable 2-part portion.
This is absurd.
Okay. Twix
Okay,
is. Let's say
fine.
Twix is like a 3. It's a
Okay,
go-to.
all right, fine.
Okay, if I'm going on my usage of chocolate bar, I put Boost as 5.
What on earth are we doing?
Boo-
Boost and Twix. This is the worst chocolate bars of all time.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Snickers is up there.
Fine.
Snickers is up there.
Yeah.
But then there's a top 2. I would say Boost is 5 because sometimes
Okay.
I feel like it's like a meaty chocolate bar.
All right.
And then I guess
Are you going to say Lion next?
I do like, but Boost is like the new Lion.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Right, so number 5, we've got a Boost.
Boost. We have that's 4. Let's put Twix.
Fine.
I don't know where Snickers is. Snickers is 1 or 2.
Okay.
Kinder Bueno is probably 2.
Yeah.
Kinder Bueno is probably 2.
Fine.
Snickers is 1.
Yep.
But the third place must have to go to. Damn, what's third? Dime.
This is shocking.
Are you going to say Mars bar?
No, I don't like a Mars bar either, but
How-
Dime.
what? I've said all the good chocolates. There's
No,
nothing
you
else.
haven't said all the good chocolates at all. All right, here we go.
Okay, look at you. If you say Maltesers,
Maltesers
You
are
could say
great. No,
Freddo
I'm not
bar.
going to say Maltesers.
Freddo
Maltesers are
bar.
great.
Freddo.
Okay. First of all, I should disclaimer this or preface it by saying that I could give you an all Kinder lineup here.
Kinder Bueno egg.
I could give you an all Kinder lineup because Kinder is just great. However, I'm not going to. I'll limit
Okay.
it to one Kinder. So
Okay, limit
because
to
Kinder
one.
is good. Kinder Bueno is good. What's that little Kinder Bear thing?
Kinder Bear.
The bear.
Are you serious?
What is
Are you
it?
putting that on your list?
No, I'm not putting it on
Bear
my list.
chocolate.
I'm not putting,
oh my god, that's
okay.
okay.
But that is great. What is it?
No, Kinder Bear. Okay,
Hippo. Happy Hippo.
Oh
What?
god,
You're
you
not-
made fun of my list. You're bringing hippo and bears into
No,
the-
Hippo is
Terrible.
not on my list. But I'm just saying that it could be. I'm
Okay.
saying Kinder is so elite that I could give you Kinder Bueno,
Egg.
the Kinder egg. What was the other one I just said?
Hippo.
The Hippo. Have you had the Kinder bar that I had yesterday with it's a Kinder bar with it's great. That's number 4, and then you could. But anyway, I'm gonna give you just one Kinder. I'll go with the Bueno.
Okay.
So let's start with number 5. So, and I'm going to go reverse. I'm going to say my number 1 chocolate bar has to be. I like something wafery, so we'll probably go with. We might go with the Breno's up there, Snickers is up there. You could even throw a Kit Kat in there if you had to.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me! Kit Kat is the I feel like leaving.
Yeah.
Kit Kat is. It's just base.
Wow.
You got Twix. You got a bit of it's not smooth surface. Kit Kat is the base of a Twix. So it's like you having.
I'm not a huge fan of caramel other than in a Snickers.
You might as well have plain bread. And this is as good as pizza. You might as well have plain bread.
A blue ribbon could make an appearance, to be honest. But okay, fine. So
If you say after 8, oh my.
After Eight is great, but okay. Anyway, by the way,
if you
they
say
have
Aero,
After Eight.
sorry.
Well, Aero's good.
I said Aero.
Aero Mint's good. Aero Mint is good.
Mint does not deserve to be in chocolate.
Anyway,
Go,
I
sorry.
disagree with you. But so far we got Kinder Bueno and a Snickers. I'm going to actually put Snickers as number 1. I think it deserves it.
Yeah, it's a great chocolate.
It's an all-rounder.
It's-
I put Kinder
Agreed.
Bueno number 2. So
I
we're
agree
very
with
similar with
that.
our top 2.
I agree with that.
Fine. Number 3 now. Look, what is the permissibility / impermissibility of yellow packet M&Ms?
I'm not qualified to answer that.
Because I haven't had them in years, but because I heard they were not permissible, but they were up there, man.
Crunchy and peanut butter M&Ms.
Okay, I'm gonna say the peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
I'm gonna say the
Very
peanut
nice.
M&Ms are number 3. No, they're actually gonna be number 2, and then Kinder Bueno is number 3.
Okay.
But that's only I don't understand. I don't know the Islamic permissibility of them, and as a disclaimer, I haven't had them in years. But let's assume they were halal.
Okay.
Then you got Snickers,
Okay.
you got the peanut M&Ms. Then you got Kinder Bueno, number 3. So number 4.
Your list is the same as mine almost.
Number 4, I would say. What have we got? Let's Google what we've got. What the options are.
You've got Dairy Milk up there, Galaxy.
Top UK chocolate bars.
Twix is definitely up there.
Twix is not up there. Okay, so maybe we
Terrible.
could go with So you've got Galaxy, Lion, Boost, Double Decker, Rolo, Crunchy,
Rolo,
Munchies, Kit Kat. What? Shut up.
Rolos are great. Oh
No.
my god, Rolo.
I would probably say I'd go classic for number 4 and say a classic Galaxy. I don't think you can go wrong there.
with the caramel inside.
I could do that, but I'm going to go with the classic Galaxy because I could have
Okay.
a whole family bar of Galaxy.
Yeah, it
Just
feels
go
like
through it.
nothing, right?
I might have to put Kit Kat number 5.
Kit Kat.
Yeah.
What was it?
Bounty is okay.
Bounty. That's
Yeah.
basically fruit. You can't have Bounty. You can't have Bounty or Aero. That's fruit. It's half fruit, half chocolate.
Or the Dairy Milk Whole Nut is good.
That's nice, actually.
But I've already chosen a lot of nut ones, so I'll probably put Kit Kat in there.
Kit Kat Chunky.
No, just
Just regular Kit Kat. To be honest, when you
All right, let's Google now UK chocolate bars and see who's more like on the money.
Okay.
UK's favourite chocolate bars.
You know what I like about Kit Kat? They come in small sizes. Like the small ones.
No, don't come here now.
No. You can. And
You
you know,
wasn't on the Kit Kat.
I do like
before.
opening a Kit Kat because you know, like the silver packaging underneath. It's like you're unwrapping a present.
Yeah, it is.
I'm down with that.
Have you ever like sliced through the foil
Oh,
before?
that's the best.
Okay.
Oh, do you remember white chocolate Kit Kat? Okay, sorry, I might have to
They were-
refute
yeah,
myself.
actually,
They were nice.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, I didn't put any white chocolate in my top 5 list, and I do like white chocolate, so I'm going to put
Kinder Bueno
number
white.
5 as Milky Bar.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I can't.
oh, I've got a great list.
That's a great
Number
list.
1 was Snickers. Number
It's
2
gotta be-
peanut M&Ms.
it's gotta be top
number
10.
3 Kinder Bueno. Number 4 Galaxy Regular, and number 5 the Milky Bar. That
Milky Bar.
is amazing.
That's
I'm
a
proud of
great
myself.
list.
Right, here we go.
Do you remember Time Out?
I do remember time out. Yeah, that was classic pack lunch
Yeah.
chocolate. That one was.
Flake. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
saying
Flake's
random.
good.
Go ahead. Give me.
Britain's favourite chocolate bars, as voted for by Brits. Do you agree with the choices? The British Heart Foundation, in brackets BHF, study ahead of the. Okay, blah, blah, blah. They represents. Sweet-toothed adults will consume a massive 18,144 chocolate bars, cakes, and biscuits in their lifetime.
Oh my god.
Their lifetime. This, I thought it was going to say in a year.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
was like, yeah, okay. It seems a bit low to me.
I'm slacking. This represents a calorie-busting 7,560 chocolate bars, 2,268 slices of chocolate cake, and 8,316 chocolate biscuits. Oh, bro, we should do we should rank biscuits next episode.
Okay,
Next episode.
okay, next episode we'll do biscuits.
In fact, let's do it today. The British Heart Foundation study revealed that average adult will also enjoy 3,024 mugs of hot cocoa, 126 Easter eggs, and feast on 2,898 miniature chocolates. Snickers topped the poll as the nation's favourite chocolate bar.
There we go.
Great.
All rounder.
We're both
All
fine.
rounder. Amazing.
Beating the classic Cadbury milk by a narrow margin.
Okay.
Let's just go for. Let's find the whole list.
Cream egg. I'm just putting cream egg up there. Some people eat
Oh, here we
cream
go.
egg
Here's the
with
list.
chips.
Here's the list.
Go ahead.
I'm going to do the list backwards. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it's top 30.
Mm.
So number 30, Yorkie.
Okay, the dessert. Oh, it's a dessert
Yorkie's
place.
a bit of a builder's
Yeah,
chocolate
it's
bar,
like,
isn't it?
it's like a
Yorkie.
and it used to say not for girls on the. Well, that's a bit weird, isn't
that
it?
is weird, isn't it? Yorkie, not for girls.
Yeah, that's strange.
Number 29, Aero.
Yeah.
28, Milky Way, which I think should be a lot higher.
Oh no, that's top 10.
Yeah.
That's top 10.
27, Galaxy Caramel, should be higher.
What?
26, Star Bar. What's Star Bar?
I don't know.
25, Picnic. That shouldn't have even made this. I don't think I've even ever had one.
I've had a picnic. It's like wafer chocolate.
Well, that sounds quite nice.
It's quite nice.
Oh, I might try that.
Yeah.
Actually. I'm going to try that. Might try
if
that
a
today.
shop sells it anymore. Yeah.
I'm going to Costco after this. By the
Okay.
way.
Yeah, you definitely.
And have you ever had in Costco? They've got these boxes of, it's like these. Oh, bro, you would love it. You know what? Next time I know you're coming down for podcast, I'm going to buy you one if I remember. There's like these Costco, these not like flapjack kind of bars, but they're hard.
Intriguing.
I don't know what it's called. Let me see if I can find it. Costco. Kirkland products. Not.
What is it?
Oh, bro, it's just.
Does
I
it
can't even explain it. It's just
flapjack bar?
phenomenal. But they're not flapjacks though. Okay, forget about it. I'm not going to be able to find it. But if anybody knows what I'm talking about, just paste it in the comments, please. All right. 24, Cadbury Fudge. 23, Galaxy Ripple. That should be a lot higher.
Oh yeah,
That's a contender.
That's a classic.
22, Cadbury Caramel. I'm not a huge fan of Cadbury over Galaxy. I'd always choose Galaxy.
I would choose Galaxy as well.
Number 21, Dime. Dime shouldn't be there. Number 20, Fry's Turkish Delight. What? Number 19, Lindor. Number 18, Bourneville. I do like a good Bourneville, especially with a bit of milk. 17, Milky Bar. Should be higher. Number 16, Cadbury's Fruit and Nut.
It's okay.
Number 15, Double Decker. Number 14, Toblerone.
Oh,
Gets stuck in your teeth, doesn't
No,
it?
it's not. It's not a nice chocolate.
What are the little bits that get stuck in your teeth?
It's a mint biscuit.
No,
I don't know.
No, Toblerone's not mint.
I swear it's mint.
Mint.
There's
Toblerone, the triangle one.
Yeah, I swear there's a bit of mint in there.
Maybe, I don't think so.
I'm not a fan.
Number 13, Kit Kat Chunky. Number 12, Aero Mint.
God.
Great chocolate bar, that one.
My goodness.
Number 11, Crunchy. And here we're going into the top 10.
My God.
Number 10, Flake. I think that should be a Galaxy Ripple.
That should be Flake.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's ridiculous.
Oh, some of these are shocking. Number 9, Mars Bar. That is shocking.
This is a terrible list.
This is voted for by Brits everywhere. Number 8, Whisper.
No.
What does that
way.
taste like? I've not had a Whisper.
I don't know. It doesn't sound appealing.
No, it doesn't.
Whisper. It sounds
Yeah.
like someone
Creepy, actually.
Yeah, it's creepy. I
Now
don't
that you say it like that.
I don't
yeah.
want to eat a whisper. That's weird.
Number 7, 12. That's another packed lunch one.
It's not top 10.
No, it's not top 10.
That's mad.
It's a decent chocolate bar. Not
Yeah.
really. Number 6, shockingly, Twix. I mean, that should not
Twix.
be there.
Twix is firm top 5. I'm ashamed it's in top
Number
6.
5, Kit Kat. That's a good choice.
Terrible.
Number 4, Bounty. I like Bounty. Do you?
No, it's fruit. It's almost fruit.
No, coconut's not a fruit, is it?
Coconut is a type of fruit.
Is it?
Vegetable?
Yeah. What
It
is
must
it?
be. It's not a vegetable.
Let's
It
Google
grows
it.
on trees. Apples grow on trees. Therefore, coconut is fruit.
What is coconut?
Also, coconut water is not nice. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't like it. You definitely drink coconut water.
I don't drink that. No way.
Okay.
Botanically speaking, a coconut is a fibrous one-seeded drupe, also known as a dry drupe. However, when using loose definitions, a coconut can be all three: a fruit, a nut, and a seed.
Doesn't help.
No, nobody's spoken about seeds here. Okay. Number 6, Twix. Number 5, okay. Number 3, Galaxy Bar. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, Dairy Milk, and number 1, of course, the Snickers.
Absolutely brilliant.
I think we should call it a day.
We'll keep going. But, yeah, cool.
Should we just very quickly do our top 5 biscuits just to round this episode on?
Do you want to go first?
Fine. So, number 1, top biscuit, is something that people probably will be surprised by because probably never heard. I mean, not never heard of it, but as in like it's not your mainstream biscuits, but it's the M&S pistachio cookie.
That is very niche.
It is the best biscuit you will ever taste in your entire life.
It's very niche.
And I can say that confidently. Number 2, I would go with Fox's Biscuits.
Okay.
I mean, do you remember the advert? Fox's Biscuits.
Biscuits.
Yeah, Fox's Biscuits. These guys know a thing or two about biscuits.
Is that
Bro, that advert is what I
ad-
based my tour advert, my advert on for my live event.
Are you talking about? Is that a Tony Soprano reference?
I had no idea.
I don't understand. What was the accent?
It was like a I don't
New
know.
Jersey.
It was look. What's it? What is it? Freshly grounded.
What are you searching
advert.
the own show to Google?
I'm watching you my advert that I based off of the Fox's Biscuits advert. Freshly grounded advert. Gosh, not great. I'm not great on the search, am I?
No,
She does episodes of Freshly Grounded. Freshly Grounded.
I'm compiling.
Anyway, we did this advert that was like, it was like me. Have you not seen it?
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you
This
talking
advert,
about?
Event. It might be here. Freshly Grounded. What?
I'm compiling my list in my head.
Okay, fine. Bro, Freshly Grounded event. It's coming up with everything except for the actual advert for that one that I'm looking for.
Okay. So I'm talking to myself. I'm just.
Okay, no, I'm hearing
I'm
you.
finalising. I'm number 4.
Oh, okay. Fine. The camera's on you now.
Okay.
Do you know what, bro?
I think. Was it a dream? Was this one of them things that was a dream?
No. I'm just searching it. It's not very good search. I can't remember what the advert was for, which event. Okay, I'm going to have to go into our videos and start scrolling on the actual channel
Interesting.
just to get... Oh, let's see how our short is doing. 240 views in an hour. That's not great, is it?
That's not that great. Do you want my list?
Actually, I'm going to give you my list first.
Go on.
Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm
advert?
ready. Born ready.
I'm still looking for it. It's so pointless. I might as well. I mean, the amount of people that I've now dropped off is probably insane. Okay, I'm gonna forget about this. Bro, basically we did this advert. Find it. Someone will link it in the comments. But it's an advert, and I basically advert for Foxy Biscuits advert. Foxy Biscuits advert. This guy, he's a panda or something, and he's like New York mafia kind of, and he's like Fox's Biscuits. These guys know how to make. These guys know a thing or two about biscuits. That's what he says. That's the line. That's like, and that's how I tried to.
Why is he
really
biscuits?
That's what he calls it, biscuits.
Biscuits. Oh, I guess it's with a C. Biscuit.
He's just he's mocking the accent or something.
Okay, so that's your top. That's number 2.
So Fox's Biscuits number 2. Fox's VNS Biscuits number 2. So I've got the M&S one, which I would convince you of if you tried it. Fox's Biscuits number 2. Number 3. I guess custard creams. I mean, it's a classic.
Yeah, that's a classic.
And I also feel like, out of respect, chocolate digestives has to be in the list. Just out of respect.
Yeah.
So out of respect, we'll put chocolate digestives 5. So now I'm just looking for number 4, which I would say, gosh. By the way, if you say Lotus Biscuit, I'm going to be really angry.
Biscoff Lotus Biscuit?
Yeah, that should not make top 5.
Okay, there's going to be some sort of argument here.
I'll probably go with, Maryland. Maryland classic chocolate cookie.
Okay, terrible list. Terrible. So firstly, number 1 has to be McVitie's digestives. That is just classic.
Well, no chocolate, just classic. Plain.
No. It's no chocolate. Obviously chocolate.
Okay, fine.
That's the Snickers of biscuits.
I'm not mad at that.
And then I would say custard creams.
Yeah, fine.
Then I would say, you know when you get those multi-pack biscuits? I don't know what the thing is.
Yeah.
And there's always one in a gold wrapper. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no.
Those are nice.
The chocolate covered biscuit.
Yeah. And you got to unwrap it. It's
that is
gold.
a shambles.
That's 3. Whatever the name is.
That should not make it. It's great biscuit, but it should not make it top 5.
It's a great biscuit. It's top 5. Anyway, okay. Number 5 I'm going to go for is, what's it called? The bourbon, chocolate bourbon one.
Okay, fine. I'm not mad at that.
That's a 5.
Yeah,
and I'm going to put...
You know you get really big versions of those. Like
really?
the size of this table. Probably not the table, but half the table.
And you just
a
use
big
a knife.
Biscuit. Yeah, I guess it's
no
just
way.
For show, isn't it?
I would love to eat that. And number 4, I think it'd be a rich tea digestive. You know when you have it with a tea?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm not a fan, but okay.
But
I like it, the biscuit, but I wouldn't put it in my top 5.
That's my top 5.
Okay.
But then you bring Twix.
You didn't have one nutty biscuit there.
What's a nutty biscuit?
Oh, so where do I begin?
Like ginger biscuit.
No, that would.
What's a nutty biscuit?
For example, have you had the Fox's biscuit? That's like it's like a digestive. It's got a layer of chocolate on top, but then it's like a cookie with like some like
I have not had
kind
this.
of nut in it, like hazelnut or something.
I have not had that. I have not had that.
So are you not a fan of nuts in biscuits? Because you seem to be a fan of nuts in chocolate, so that's why I'm taking it back.
Because nut for me is it's a healthy option, so therefore I can be conflicted when I'm having the chocolate or biscuit. The chocolate overwhelms the healthy option, therefore I feel like it's a treat. If someone gave me some nuts, it's like saying have a banana almost. The more healthy the chocolate goes, the less appealing it's become.
Of course, I agree with that completely. I would never put fruit in my chocolate.
Oh my god.
You like a Cadbury's fruit or not? Like, why would you do that?
Fruit and dessert, I don't like either. Like, say, if there's fruit and cake.
Oh, no, same.
Yeah, I need like
fruit
a
cake,
a fudge chocolate.
Yeah,
chocolate.
Agreed.
No fruit for me.
No, I
please.
agree completely. What do you, yesterday I went for a lunch meeting, and me and this brother, we at Nando's.
Classic.
And so, first of all, you order on your mobile now.
Yeah, on the table.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So we ordered our food, and then we said, should we go for... And then he said, should we get some wings? And I said, should we? Obviously, this is the alpha in me coming out. Yeah. So he goes, should we go for wings? And I said, should we go for wing roulette?
What's that?
No way.
What's ring roulette?
So wing roulette is when they give you like 10 wings.
Yeah.
And they're all different spices. So it could be like, I was going to say herb and cheese. It could be like a... it could be like a mango and lime or whatever the loaf one is. It could be plain, and it could be like extra hot. So you don't know which one's which. You just take a ring and it's roulette.
Oh, it's a roulette. That's interesting. Did you do that?
It's not like you eat a wing and then you...
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
What was that some gambling thing? I don't know what it was. Did you have it?
Yeah, we got this. So look, today had Arabica beans, yesterday had wing roulette. Yeah, there's a pattern going on.
There's a pattern going
Yeah.
on.
I said, he said, should we get wings? I said, should we get wing roulette? Obviously, if an alpha proposes to you that you get a wing roulette, you say yes.
There's no other option.
You feel intimidated.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
understandable.
That's it.
I'm an
That's no other
intimidating
choice.
character. And so we got the wing roulette. And luckily, alhamdulillah, I didn't get any of the spice ones. Because that would have been hard. And he did.
Damn.
And he was like, we were having a meeting, by the way.
Yeah.
So I was like talking to him about like some kind of, I don't know, something to do with business. And he was telling me that the whole time that I was talking about that, all he could feel was his lips burning.
Oh my
Chopping
god.
after.
Damn.
Then after Nando's, for dessert, we popped to a Tesco extra opposite and got a Kinder bar.
Really?
Yeah.
You should just have dessert there. That's
It's so high calorie though, bro. I didn't even get the chips, because you know what, with the chips, right, in Nando's, one medium chip portion is about 460 calories.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And obviously, I got half chicken, and half chicken itself is about 500 calories in Nando's.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that because it's half a chicken,
Yeah.
and it's meat in his
Yeah.
grill or
Yeah.
whatever
Of
it is. It's like
course.
grilled and boiled, but it's substantial. It's got substance.
It's got substance, yeah.
But if you couple now a 500 calories, because mine, before I ever knew anything about calories, my typical meal at Nando's would be half chicken, 2 sides, peri chips and peri rice, and peronaise. Now, do you know how many calories that is? So it's about 500 calories, I believe, for the chicken.
Yeah.
460 or something for the
Yeah.
rice. That's 960. The rice is 200 and something. So that's now about 1100 calories, and 150 calories for peronaise. So in just a meal of Nando's, I would be having 1,200 calories. That's insane.
That's a lot.
If
That's
you're not trying to bulk, that's insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you're trying to bulk, that's an amazing meal. Because you just feel full with that as well, don't you? You
Yeah,
don't feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
you've overeaten. So by taking, I did the same thing, but I had half chicken, I had peri rice, and I had peronaise.
Yeah.
So just by doing that, I swapped a 460 calorie chips with 200 and something calorie rice, and I felt just as full.
Really?
But then I was like, oh, I've got all these calories to play with. Let me go get Kinder Bar. But
yeah.
they're not, obviously, the chocolate cake. By the way, the chocolate Nando's is amazing. The cake in Nando's is amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Never tried it.
Really? They used to give it the clotted cream. I don't know if they still do
Oh,
it.
clotted cream. That's pretty upper class.
Have you ever had clotted cream? No, have you ever, someone
With a scone.
at
you
Iman
could assist.
channel, yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Someone at Iman channel once in Ramadan got me into dates with,
Clotted cream inside.
is it clotted cream?
I don't know, cream. It's
No, you
sometimes-
dip it in clotted cream.
That's nice.
Oh, it's just amazing.
I could get into that. I could definitely get into that.
Like a dessert.
Yeah. We have a main meal. No. Yeah. No, I could definitely for dessert or snack. We'd have some now. Next time.
Are you hungry?
No, because coffee just filled me
You
up.
haven't even eaten. It's
Damn.
insane. You had coffee on the way here, did you?
I had a coffee on the way here.
Would you ever? How long did it take you to come here? Like 40 minutes?
30 minutes?
Would you ever ride your bike as far?
Never. I do not ride a bike. At first,
same.
it hurts. It's not comfortable. It's extremely dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Would you ride your bike here?
I don't have a bike to ride.
Me
I
neither.
don't bike.
I don't bike either.
I think it's amazing. Like if I think it's a good, amazing form of exercise. Imagine if you rode a bike here and then back, just exercise wise.
Yeah, you can have 2 Nando's maybe. Oh no, not 2 Nando's. You can have that Nando's meal and be like,
Fine with
nothing.
it, yeah. You could just bike home after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I'm into walking, so getting the steps in.
That's good.
Are you getting your steps in?
I'm quite bad with that. I think that I suppose the reason I'm having to be so careful with what I'm intaking right now is because I don't think that my average daily routine is very calorie
Deficitish.
reducing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like because
Correct words.
I don't have an active lifestyle by default. But I'm
Yeah.
sitting here talking to you for 2 hours. And then
But 0 calories.
I drive a car everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So I'm not burning much. So the least I could do is be good with my diet. But I'm slowly getting back into the gym now.
Yeah. Mashallah.
Sign up to a new
Brilliant.
gym
Nice.
alongside my brother.
Mashallah, amazing.
And so hopefully having some accountability and training together. I also did invest in some home gym equipment over lockdown.
What did you get?
It's
Skipping
hardly
rope?
been used. Adjustable dumbbells.
Oh, I swear we talked about this.
Oh, did we?
I don't know, but I've heard that's a good purchase.
It is a good package, but I haven't used it in a while. So, how about you? How's gym going?
It's jiu-jitsu at the moment.
How's jits?
Jiu-jitsu, BJJ is good. I get beaten up a lot. So yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's always fun.
How often are you doing the jits?
3 times a week is my
Fine.
kind of average. Inshallah, should be more, but yeah, it's hard to get out, and it's cold, it's dark, it's raining.
You know, actually, one of the things that I find talking about jiu-jitsu remind me of this.
Yeah.
One of the things that I find really amazing about the shuyukh is their innocence sometimes. I remember watching this lecture by the sheikh, and it's their innocence in the sense that they're so how we should be, 100% into the deen,
Mashallah.
that they don't waste time on things that we probably waste time on. And so one of the shuyukh, he said, like, you know, right now the youth, they're getting into this like MAMA thing, and it's so lovely to see, because he obviously means MMA.
Yeah.
But he's so not concerned with it and doesn't entertain himself with like that. He's like complete, and he's so innocent. He's like, the youth are into MAMA, and you know, or he might say like, there's this Muslim fighter who's like, you know, apparently he's done this and done that and stuff like that. And it's just really interesting because they don't know, but in a good way, because they shouldn't, and we shouldn't necessarily know that much about or the level that we know about things that we do know about. Of course. So. Anyway, listen, Mr. Adam Afghan, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the podcast. As always, thank you so much for accepting the invite.
Anytime.
This episode is actually out today.
Amazing.
Because this is this week's episode.
Lovely.
And just thank you.
Anytime.
Please don't make it go more than a few weeks without coming back to us.
I will try.
But I have to leave it with you to message me, because I always feel so guilty messaging.
Never feel guilty. I'm always happy to come. I always have fun.
But you need to say that then to me. Like, hey, up for an episode this week.
Should I do that?
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Okay.
Because then I won't feel the pressure of... I won't feel guilty going... You know what I mean? But the people love you.
Okay, alhamdulillah. If people like it and people benefit from it, I'll pop along.
Bro, literally, you couldn't make it too often. So whenever you want, hit me a message and we'll always make it happen, inshallah.
Let's do it, inshallah.
With that being said, guys, this was episode 250-something of Freshly Grounded. Sorry, in some ways.
Yeah. But also,
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.